Hello, good morning everyone. I am currently walking over to my sister's house. So my mom and my sister live like literally a block away from each other. So I sleep at my mom's house and then I walk over to my sister's. Right now I'm going over there because I'm filming my very first podcast. I'm so excited. We've been planning this for a little while now. It's finally the day, except for I'm supposed to be filming like in less than an hour and I haven't done hair and makeup. I haven't even set up my podcast area, which I was fully intending to do, but there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes with us in escrow and closing and all this last minute paperwork that they need. Is such a pain to go through all of that, and meetings and setting up LLCs and lawyers and just like a lot of crazy stuff that I had to do really quickly before I did the podcast stuff. So I'm here. Here is my massive motorhome in front of her house. She's so sweet for letting us park this. And now I'm literally walking into her house because it's her house here. Okay, I gotta get this set up. I'll talk to you guys soon. I'm here with my cousin. We're trying to figure out how to put my podcast stuff together because it's actually really confusing. And I have 20 minutes till I'm supposed to be filming, so just thought we'd show you some behind the scenes.
Are you sure these two are supposed to be connected?
I'm not sure of that. It's like, that's the microphone, and it's supposed to go, like there's no picture, they didn't even give me a picture, so that's why I'm like, I'm a very visual person. Let's pull up podcast pictures. Okay, images. We called in help. We got some backup. Oh, Storm. He's really tired. He's supposed to be sleeping. But see how? Where's the arm? Oh, see like that? Oh, the mic has to go on there somehow. See, look.
Careful, because I have my card in there too.
Oh,
from what I
honey,
filmed.
look, it's Nikki.
Oh.
I'm supposed to be filming like and have everything ready to go in like less than 20 minutes, and it's right now.
I feel like this needs to be hooked up to something else.
So I have.
Are you gonna
We're
do
trying to
stuff?
hook up this, and then this I know goes on my computer.
Yeah, I don't
Um,
the rest of the operation.
Here's this, Shannon, right there.
I'm saving this space here.
But just remember, I have my video on here too, so.
Okay, that's fine. Alright,
Don't
I need to set up
This is all new stuff you just put?
Yeah. So like this attaches to the table.
So where are you doing this?
Right here. I'm doing it right here.
Right here? You're sitting there?
I'm
Or?
gonna sit down on the floor because I didn't have really. I had a plan of how I was gonna do this, but I didn't realize that I was gonna be on the phone with those LLC people.
Stuff going on here.
Does he have shoes on? Alright, take your shoes off, buddy. No shoes on. Hey, it's okay. Hi, hold on. Did Sia come out or no?
No.
I got you. Okay, don't be sad. Almost here. Like, how did that even go on? It's so confusing. I thought this was gonna be like an easy setup, but it's way more complicated than I imagined. Can we say hi? Oh, you want to go outside and play? Play. Can I have a kiss? Oh, those are my favorite. Look, your cousin's here. Look. Your cousin?
Sometimes she just like waking up a little sad. Yay. You can give her her password if you want. Do you want it?
Oh, baby. So sweet. All right, that's my cousin Nikki. I know where my sister is. I think I already told you. All right, so Travis here trying to help me because I really needed the help. We've got all this equipment stuff going on, and it's way more complicated than I thought it was going to be. I really need to put him down, but I think he'll cry the second I do. Can I put you here? Oh, look, there's a little piglet. Look, there's a little pig. Look at the little piggy. Oh, okay, you found something to keep you busy. All right. So there's all kinds of little contraptions, and there's this thing, this.
What else stuff do we have? So you can just sit over here.
I'm gonna sit on the floor right here because I don't have anywhere else. I don't have a chair or anything. Hi. Okay, so I have this thing, the little I don't understand how it attaches to the top of my computer. I know it seems like you would think it's a simple thing, but am I doing something wrong? I really hope that I have that. Okay, they're texting me right now. You don't need to. Okay. 11:28. We're supposed to start filming at 11:30, so I am trying my darndest. I feel really bad because I should have been better prepared for this, but it's a learning lesson, and now I know. I should have like set this up last night. Just unprofessional, you know, especially like my first time, like my first episode with working with them. Like I should have just been better prepared, so I feel kind of bad, but give myself some grace. I gotta find this cord, please God. Where is this cord? Freaking A. I know it had to have come with a cord. Pretty sure I bought it new. Sometimes I'll buy things like used or like secondhand on Amazon, you know, so I try to be more eco-friendly and like, you know, we save a little bit of money, but I don't know where the cord is. Oh gosh, I need the cord, the mic, that's the most important thing, and I don't see it anywhere in here. All right, I gotta stop filming because I really gotta put my thinking cap on. I have no freaking clue where that cord, it's brand new. I literally unboxed everything and put it right here on this chair so that it was all in one place, and it's not there.
Funding that we provide is not a loan. So say, for example, we were to provide you with $100,000. It's not something where if it was a 12-month partnership that you would have to pay us back that $100,000 at the end of the 12 months.
Okay, so how does it work then?
Yeah, great question. So the way that it works is that we, as investors, take on, essentially we take on the downside risk if we don't recoup the investment. And the way that we do that is through a percentage of revenue share. Okay. So for example, like I like to use Patreon as an example, but we work with a few Patreon creators where they had this really good idea on scaling their business. They wanted to hire editors, increase equipment, potentially get a studio space. We funded them close to $100,000. And then over the next, typically it's anywhere between 1 to 3 years, we agree on a fixed revenue share percentage from their business. Okay. And hopefully at the end of the agreement, we're in a position to recoup the capital, and the business itself has grown tremendously due to the influx of cash. Okay, and what is the revenue share that you guys are taking? Yeah, so like that's a really good question. I think the beauty of what we're doing is it all depends. So it's like it really depends on what you're comfortable with and if there is a need for additional cash. Like typically these conversations are either really fast or they get pretty intensive. Because sometimes, you know, some people don't need the capital, and if you don't need it, I don't think it's probably a good opportunity. Right. To be, so is there a need on your side for your business? Yeah, so I think right now I'm doing something kind of unique that I would be interested and would need that. That's why I decided to give you a call, and I can just tell you really quick what that idea is, and then you can just say like, yes or no. Like, we're on escrow now, so we should be actually closing today, which is really exciting. And we are planning to make it a glamping camp. So on the 18 acres, we're gonna do all of these like safari and like bell tent glamping tents. Have you heard of this before? Do you know what it is? Yes, I have heard of this. It sounds really cool. Yeah, so it's actually like, it's a $2 billion business, which I feel like a lot of people don't know. And it's actually like projected to grow to like an $8 billion business by like 2028. I think our goal is to kind of grow. So what I was originally trying to do, because all I could afford was 2 glamping tents right now because they're kind of pricey, and to like furnish them, and we're gonna theme each one. And what I wanted to do was kind of like HGTV, where we have like a film crew come out and kind of film our process of us creating this like
summer camp that's like all year round, that people can like Airbnb these different themed tents, and like how we set it up and like the business aspect of it, because a lot of people are into like Airbnb. And so we kind of had this idea of like doing like an HGTV like show of us creating this camp. So I wanted to film it like that, but obviously I can't afford to have like a camera crew come out and editors and like do it all properly.
Sure.
So that's, I think, what I would use the money for, if that was something that you guys would even be interested in helping out with.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's a great idea, like initial like thoughts on it. I guess my question for you is, where do you plan on like monetizing that content through? Like what platform?
YouTube.
Okay, got it. So you're planning on like really pushing that content onto YouTube, and then I saw on your Patreon, like, is that something that you created just because like you were having like demonetization issues on the main channel?
Yeah, so originally, because I don't know if you know like kind of my past, but I used to do porn, and I wanted to like change my life around, and I didn't know, like, no one's gonna hire an ex-porn star, like what am I gonna do with my life? And so I ended up making storytime videos about that, and that's kind of like how I grew my channel. But then YouTube cracked down. I wasn't really allowed to like be as open about, you know, my past as they would allow me to, so I started Patreon. But then it grew into you know, a lot more than just storytime videos now.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
I think our side, like, we would definitely be open to exploring, you know, what this could potentially look like. And I think the beauty of what we do is we kind of build these types of investments, and we structure them in a way that like makes sense for everyone, and we can kind of customize it based on like how you're building your business.
Mm-hmm. So, I actually made a video on my Patreon, and I'll send you that link, because it's kind of like my whole business idea and like plan of everything. And I put it on Patreon before like I actually do everything, you know, they're like get all the inside information before everybody else. So and just from that, like them alone, like everyone seemed really interested in it. So I'm hoping that, like, you know, it could do well, and then also like eventually expand to like other parts of the country to like build more, you know, and scale it.
No, I
Try a different couple
Yeah,
things. Sorry, I'm gonna just open
I would be honest with you, Shannon, if I thought it was like a dumb idea. Like, I think it's definitely, there's opportunity here for sure. So I will send you that email again, and then if you could either just text me or shoot me an email back, we can find, you know, time later in the week to like get on a call. Like, even if it's like a Zoom call, whatever, so that we can like actually get to like meet each other.
Yeah.
And we can go over to see whether or not, you know, it would make sense for everyone.
Okay. Okay, it is the next day, and I have been like overbooking myself for so many different things because there's so much going on. But firstly, I wanted to show you my gray hair that's growing out. Do you guys see the gray hair? It's like so much. It's kind of crazy. I'm almost wondering, like, oh my gosh, if I grew all of my hair out, it would kind of maybe be a fun color. But the problem is that it's only like in the front. If you start to see going back, it's like not consistent, you know? So I don't know, it's kind of crazy. But I always think like, oh, should I grow it out? But then I'm like, no. But hats, if you're wondering why I'm always wearing hats, so many reasons. One is because I'm not good at doing hair, so this kind of helps it to cover most of my head. Also, if I have like the gray hair coming out, blocks that. If your hair is dirty, it blocks like seeing the greasy part of your hair. And also, I have like a bigger forehead, so I feel like it just makes my face shape better. And I just think that they look cute, and I don't have very good style, so I feel like these hats like really make it look like a normal like outfit like this. It like totally dresses it up, right? Like it makes it just look fancier, like that you tried. And I just like the way they look. So right now I am getting all my camera equipment to my aunt's house because she has asked me to help her film something for her business that she's doing, like a little interview. And so I'm gonna go over to her house and do that. The kids are at the club. We signed them up at this club. It's like a, how do I explain it? It's like a gym with like a pool, but it's kind of also like a country club. And they have this really cool like area for kids, and you can leave your kids there for a couple hours. So that's where they're at right now. That's what they do Tuesdays and Thursdays. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, Snow's in art school. I had a very exciting call with some investors that want to invest in me and like my YouTube channel and my Patreon, which was a very exciting call. So that's kind of what's going on. And what else? Oh, did I ever show you guys it? I've had this. This is kind of like a vision board. And it is one of the tree houses that I want to build to be able to like Airbnb on my like glamping camp, to be like one of the glamping options. And I just look at it every day and I'm like envisioning what I want it to be and like how I'm gonna get the money to build it, because those things are freaking expensive. $325,000. Got a quote for a livable tree house, and that's for like a 1-bedroom. It's like so expensive. I obviously don't have $325,000 sitting in my bank account. They don't do payment plans. So I'm like, okay, how can I work really hard? Like, what can I do to be able to come up with the money to build this awesome treehouse to be able to rent out for you guys? So I've been thinking, should I bring like merch back? I think that could help. And then I also really want to start like a nonprofit for like mental health. And I want the camp to be able to have stays like a few times a year for people that struggle with mental health, as like kind of like a wellness retreat for them to be able to go for the weekend, and kind of just like have a place to feel safe and be around other people that are also struggling with something similar, and have like yoga and like things that like an art therapy and garden therapy and like different things that I can provide for free to people a couple times a year. And so I want to start a nonprofit to be able to have the funds to do that, and like hire like experts and teachers and people that are qualified. We would do like applications for people, because obviously we couldn't just like accommodate everyone. So we would have to like figure out a certain number of people that we could accommodate for that weekend, and have it be completely free for them to come and have like the opportunity to experience something that they should be able to experience, but maybe can't afford to do. And also maybe just for people that could really use that and it could be really helpful for them, because I feel very strongly about mental health and I really want to be an advocate for my daughter, and I want to make the world a better place for her. And the only way I can do that is by speaking up about it, breaking the stigma, and providing a place for people to be able to be themselves and have like a really magical time. So I'm very passionate about this, like a passion project, and I need to figure out like a good name for the nonprofit. I need to figure out how to do it, because I've never done anything like that before. So if any of you guys have any experience like how to even start that, let me know. But yeah, I really want to be able to use my camp to give back to those in need. Yeah, that's kind of like what I'm doing. And I'm thinking like, would it be really cool to be able to do camp for like other people also, like maybe people with disabilities, like handicaps, like physical handicaps. I have been talking to my friend Jessica. If you guys know Jessica from the Folsom House, if you've been watching for a while, her husband has cerebral palsy and he's in a wheelchair, and so I've been trying to get all of like the knowledge I can from her to be able to make the camp and the house that we're Airbnb-ing like handicap accessible, and like you know, how I could just make it really awesome for everybody. Because I'm ashamed to say that at first I didn't think like, oh, like I need to make sure that we have ramps accessible for people that are in a wheelchair, because I don't have somebody close to me that I have to worry about those things, you know? And so I didn't think about it at first, and then I was like, oh, like, Shannon, shame on you. So definitely trying to do that. And then also if we can do some Braille for the blind, like just so many different things that I'm like thinking about every day and want to do. I just have like a lot of ideas that I need to organize, and maybe I need an assistant. So if anybody out there is looking for a job to be an in-person assistant and possibly live like a live-in assistant, let me know. Also, I'm gonna need a full-time nanny. So if anybody is available and really good with kids, especially kids with special needs, I'm gonna be hiring for that. Also, I'm gonna need a kick-ass cleaner. So any of you guys are really passionate and get a lot of like joy out of cleaning and making spaces really nice and comfortable for people, let me know. Just email me. It's just my name, shannonrose@me.com. So a full-time nanny, a live-in assistant, that would be full-time, and then a cleaner we're gonna need, and I'm trying to think of, we're also gonna need an operations manager for the camp, but that probably won't be until we kind of are a little bit more established, because in the meantime I'll be doing everything because I'm gonna be making no money at first. So yeah, I'm gonna try to do everything myself, and then hopefully once it's up and running, I'll be able to provide a lot more jobs. And I would love, if any of you guys are in the area or even interested, I'd love to hire you guys. So if you are interested in any of those positions, it's in Southern California, full-time nanny, full-time assistant, let me know. I think that's it right now. I am going to go over to my aunt's house, but I kind of wanted to just like hang out with you guys, have these like chatty vlogs. So if you guys have any questions, you have any suggestions, advice, help with anything that I'm doing that you think I could use, suggestions or whatever, let me know down in the comments. And yeah, thank you guys for being here. Thanks for supporting me and coming along on this crazy journey with me called life. I love you guys. You guys are like my second family. I hope you know that I am very grateful for you. I am sending you all my love and all my positive energy, and I hope to see you in my next video. Mwah.